welcome. We are about to begin soon. Actually, we're beginning right now. So if everybody can come and gather right here in the center. We're about to begin right now here at the Black Farmers Co-op. And we're going to start. All right, this is the part that I love. As you're eating, I want you to enjoy every piece of it, because now we go into the part where we deal with production. We deal with growth. Okay, we deal with botany. That means the germination and the production and the producing of plants. Because everything you eat starts with a what? Everything we eat starts with a seed, starts with a root, starts with a leaf. Okay, everything, seeds, roots, everything you eat starts there. And one of the things that we have a problem with is food insecurity. Say food insecurity.
Food insecurity.
So to reverse food insecurity, we deal with food security. Right now, what I'm showing you are hydroponic fountains and ponds. This is a way for you to grow food right in your home. Okay? And it's not heavy in energy consumption. It runs right off of a USB, and you can run it on solar panels, okay? But let's get right into it. Hydroponics, right? Everybody say hydroponics.
Hydroponics.
Okay, hydroponics is the art, the science of growing plants using water. Hydroponics is the art of growing plants with water. It is a very ancient science that can be traced back to Egypt and ancient Babylon. The hanging gardens of Babylon, and also the hanging gardens of Babylon, and also the Nile River. Come here. The Nile River. The Nile River was engineered by your ancestor, and it's one of the first hydroponic and hydraulic systems to help grow food on the planet. Let me say this one more time. Hydroponics can be traced back to ancient Egypt. It was the first time human beings engineered water to move through the land to grow food. And the next spot you hear about is Babylon. The next one you hear about is India. And of course, since we are in this land, your ancestors came here 5,000 years ago. That's another story. And we built something called the Garden Cities of Mexico. The Garden Cities of Mexico is basically whole cities in Mexico that are still there that have channels that grow food all through waterways. So hydroponics is an ancient art. It is not something that started yesterday. Now the systems that I have here are called deep well and flow and drain. The reason why you want to run the water a lot of times in hydroponics, and this is what makes it so popular, is that it accelerates your plant growth through the root structure. Let me take this out for you. Oh, excuse me. You grow from the bottom of your tray, and it accelerates your root growth by 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And also it keeps your water aerated, which means it keeps air flowing in the water because you don't want bacteria to grow in your water. So that's why the motion of water is so important in the process. And along with that, we add minerals to the water, minerals and food nutrition for the plants. And these are lava stones or leaker stones or lava stones. And you use that to hold your seedlings in place. You can do this at home. Let me say this one more time. You can do this at home. Why do you want to do this at home? Because you can have food right inside of your kitchen growing. In fact, can I get one of those pineapples? Oh, somebody about to take it? Can I see it real quick? Everybody say food scraps. Good. And I'm going to give it right back to you. You see this? We can regrow this pineapple in this tub. What we do is we cut the top off of the pineapple and we scoop it around and we put it in a pot and we sit it into the water and put the light over top. And about a week or 2 weeks, there are roots growing from the top of this pineapple and a flower begins to grow out. And from that flower, we get seeds and then we grow more pineapples. So hydroponics teaches you, not just hydroponics, but growing in general. And especially hydroponics teach you a cool way to regrow plants fast around you from scraps. So you can start any plant over again, or you can grow plants in the home. All right? So this is one of those techniques. Here you go. Here's your pineapple. I wanted to show you. That technique. So again, hydroponics is the use of water and growing plants, and it helps to accelerate your plant growth. So that's one of the techniques. Everybody say aquaculture. Aquaculture is the overall growing of food with water or plants with water. The next one is called aquaponics, and that's when you use fish to fertilize your plants as they grow in water, okay? All of this is a part of botany and food production, and it goes right in hand with Miss Mai, right? Who was going over nutrition and macrobiotics. This goes right along with our elder, Mama Atiola. Give her a hand. And all the delicious food that she makes, and you go check out later on. I'm actually able to produce food for Mama Atiola. I've produced food for her before, and I've also donated food to thousands of other refrigerators. So, again, you can employ this technique in your home for very cheap. These pumps don't cost much. All of this is made from leftover things. This particular unit is being donated to Longstreth. Give yourselves a hand. So this is theirs, all right? I got another one if anybody's interested. You can take, I'll make a deal with you. And here's another one. This is called a deep well. This is another deep well. You fill this tray up with water. You sit your cells in, and there's an air pump. You see this pump? It's a water pump and air pump. And at the bottom, there's an air stone. You see that? That air stone is to blow air into your water to accelerate your plant growth. So now you can grow plants anywhere at any time and produce food for yourself, okay? I'll make a deal with you. It's made $20. I'll give it to you. All right, $20, $25. It's no problem. And this one will be about $40. All right? And this one is being donated to them. So, but if you want me to make you any of these ponds, you can get my number, and we can custom make it for you. But the main thing I want you to go home with, if nothing else, you can grow your own. Okay? Everybody say microgreens. Microgreens is also another thing you can do. So here's what you get: a pack of microgreen seeds. Get you a little bit of soil. Find a good sunlit place in your home, right? And in a couple of days, you'll have what we call small plants growing. And those small plants, microgreens, you can then cut and then put into any food that you want to eat. Or you can keep on germinating and growing and birth the plant that you want. All right? You want this one? You got it. So, any questions? I want questions. Please, questions.
So for the systems that you have here,
Right.
what are you're just putting the seeds in the cups with nothing else?
Okay, so here's how we would start off. You put the seeds inside of the container or the cup, and what we use is either use the Leka, or you can use excuse me, I'm trying to think of cocoa core, which is you can use stones and cocoa core. That is a substrate. You can put the seed in, you wet the seed and let it stay under the light. Once it sprouts, you fill the whole tank. Once you see a sprout, you see them sprouting, you fill the whole tank with water and you run it under the lights like you would normally do. And 2 weeks, you see them all sprouting out. So that's one of the things you can do. Did I answer it? So cocoa core. It's a form of soil that holds the plant. The actual water is where you put the solution, and that feeds your seed, okay? And this is how you can grow without soil, which is one of the biggest problems in the world is land use. Land is running out. The amount of land that we grow food on the planet Earth is running out. We're talking about real soil, okay, which we talk about with farms. Mass production farms have destroyed the earth. Let me say it one more time. Mass production of food through mechanisms has destroyed the structure of the earth's soil. That's why so many chemicals are constantly produced to manifest food for you every day. So producing food locally actually helps to improve the earth's and also gives you the chance to have food regardless of whether you have access to land. Did anybody hear me? Let me say this one more time. If you don't have access to land, you always have access to what? Water. And the earth is what? 3/4? Water. So the future of all plant growth and all farming is hydroponics. China, Africa, and particularly in Africa, Israel, Egypt, West Africa and in the Congo, hydroponics is growing, and in South America, it's very big, okay? So right now in America is the next place to really boom and foster and build up hydroponics because of the land issue. As the soil begins to deplete on the earth, you're going to have to grow food where you are. Let me say this one more time. You're going to have to produce where you what?
Where you live.
Nah, see, they didn't get it. You the producers. You're going to have to produce where you are. Produce locally, think what? Globally. You produce locally and think globally. And that's to empower you. And when we talk about issues where we can't find a place to grow, we utilize what? Hydroponics. Any other questions?
What kind of water do you use to start off?
Okay, good question. You can use filtered water. It is best. Listen to this. Please listen to this. It is best to use a filtered water simply by putting a filter on your tap and just utilizing that water can do a whole lot of, can be a whole lot better. Now, in a pinch, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all, you better use filtered water, because if you don't use filtered water, you're going to be I'm not going to do that. And here's why, because you may not have access to that much filtered water. So, if you ask me scientifically, biologically, what should you use? Filtered water, okay? And as far as plant food is concerned, you can also blend up, you see everything on the table? All the scraps, you just blend up the scraps and feed that into the actual water. That turns into mineral feed for your plants. So that's another way to produce fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, okay? Yes. It is best to pH. Okay, pH, let's put that in layman's term. To check pH levels or acid levels, it is best to study pH levels and acid levels. So, and one of the things that's going to help you with that is the fact that your water will be turning. Yep. Any other questions? Children, y'all want to play with it? Y'all want to see it? Come on, y'all go up to it. Yes.
How did y'all make it yourself?
Yep, all of this is assembled and built by me. Yep. And that's another part. Everybody say STEAM. STEAM. Science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. You can build it yourself. So build it yourself. So if you want to touch it, you can.